Okay, can you guys hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? She said I need to hit go live twice. Okay, so I don't need to do anything else on the actual YouTube page. I just do everything from StreamYard. All right, thank you. Bye bye. Hello, guys. Sorry for the difficulties. I'm kind of trying to wait Ernie out. He was supposed to end around this time and send people over to me. Um, so I guess we can give him a few minutes. I'm not sure. I think we've only got three or four of us in here. Hi, Rachel. Rachel's a new friend that's been emailing with me, you guys. She saw me in a chat from another channel, so let's all welcome Rachel in. Hello, Rachel. I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be talking about, guys, tonight or today. Sorry, this afternoon. This kind of stuff is interesting to me. I'm hoping that it's going to be interesting to a lot of you all too. It's medical oddities. And I know there's some more rare ones. I'm going to start out just because I was kind of nervous about this one and didn't really know what I was doing with it being my first live and everything. Let me turn my camera on. I don't like just talking to a white dot. There we go. Hey, guys. So I started with some of the more common ones, some of the ones that you guys have probably already heard of and heard about, but maybe don't know the technical stories behind them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over some medical oddities. I'm not going to get real scientific with it. I do have a few notes here. A couple of them, might say what causes it or something like that, or how common it is and things like that. So that's what we're going to do. I have also been looking into that blue skinned family that was in Appalachia and here in Kentucky. I'm going to do more research on that before I do a show on it. It was actually a genetic disorder. It wasn't too much iron in the water. I think it was me and Lost Souls that were talking about what we thought they may have figured it out to have been, but it was actually a genetic mutation that was running in their family on that. So we'll talk about that at another time. Welcome, everybody. I see a lot of people coming in. Hello, welcome. Welcome. Thank you, Gypsy. I got a big pack. There's like 16 pairs of earrings similar to this, all different colors, and like some of them have the little fringes cut out and some of them don't. I got a huge pack of them, a really great deal on those. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. This is my very first live, very first live. I needed to get my watch hours up, my watch time up, so I figured this is going to be the best way to do it, but I still want to keep it on the same path as far as like medical discussions and stuff, but it doesn't have to be boring or technical. There's some really interesting conditions and interesting things out there that we can discuss. Before a lot of you all come in, what I was saying is I picked out six cases that I'm going to go over here today. They're more common ones, probably ones that everybody's heard of. Just for an example, like the lobster claw condition, a lot of people saw those because they were part of the sideshows and things like that. So just different medical conditions like that. And if the person is in here who sent me these, I have no idea who it was, but I love them and I thank you so much. I have a dark red one and then I have this white one. It's got the little rhinestones right here. They are so pretty and so cute. And I got those in the mail the other day and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, who knows? Okay. What we're doing right now until I get my own P.O. box set up is if Jimbo don't mind, Jimbo does have a P.O. box. So if you want to, sorry, I'm getting lost in chat here. If you want to email me or email Jimbo, we can get you that P.O. box. And if you want to send a hat, I'm sure he would be okay with that. We don't want to overload him with stuff. I'm going to eventually get my own as soon as I kind of get my finances straightened out here. And I saw someone, I think it was my new friend Rachel, asking for a place to donate. I do have a PayPal and a Cash App. Give me just a second because I don't know how to put anything on the screen yet. So let me put my PayPal and my Cash App here in the chat real quick. And then there you go, guys. There's my Cash App and my PayPal. Those are the only two that I have right now. If you feel compelled to send $1 or two, trust me, it's greatly, greatly appreciated right now. If you're not able to, prayers are absolutely wonderful as well. A prayer is worth all the dollars in the world, to be honest, because when we can't find a way, God will. And that's been proven to me over and over again. I don't know how many times I've been down to my last $3 or my last $8 or something, and then something just come that was never even expected. I can't tell you how many times that has happened. And I say it in chat a lot, and I know with you guys, I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to, tell more than is necessary. But I do want you guys to know that I am working really, really, really hard in the background to get my disability started back up. This is not my plan to live off of donations or live off of YouTube or make my living this way. That's not at all my plan whatsoever. I'm working really, really hard. I called the insurance company 5 times on Friday. I'm hoping to get a call back on Monday. They have all the paperwork that they need. It's just under review with my caseworker. So that's what's going on there. So let's get into what my show's about. Oh, thank you, Jimbo. Yeah, you're going to have to show me how to do all that, make the banners that run across the bottom of the screen and fancy it up a little bit. But for today, we'll just wing it. We'll do the best we can. Sorry, I got a message that's let me make sure it's not one of my children. When you're a mom, you can't ignore messages, so give me just a second. Okay. All right. Looks like it's no huge emergency, nothing bad going on. So let's. Okay. So first thing I need to figure out how to do is I emailed myself. I have a picture to go along with each one of these cases, and I have them emailed to myself on this computer that I'm on right now. I also have them on my phone, so maybe I know it's a little jinky to do it this way, but maybe I can just hold my phone up to the screen because, like I said, I just have one picture for each case that we're going to be going over. So maybe just for tonight, that might be the best way that I can do it for you guys. And I apologize. I'll get better at this. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to go over is they didn't have a specific name for it. And if anybody wants to come up and discuss this stuff with me, I mean, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want me to kind of go down the list and then we can have a discussion at the end, we can do it that way. So the first one that I found, it didn't have a specific name for the condition, but what it is children that are born with rare genetic defects causing them to have multiple sets of legs and arms. And they said the most famous and the most recent that has been made public is a little girl from India named Lakshmi, Lakshmi. She was born with 4 legs and 4 arms. And I do have a picture of the little girl along with, let's see if we can see it this way. This is the little girl in India. She has 4 legs and 4 arms. And I do not have any dirty pictures in my camera roll, guys. I have dogs and I have other stuff for tonight. But this is the little girl in India that has 4 legs and 4 arms. I also have this picture that shows that this stuff, you know, everybody says, oh, it's all these additives they're putting in the foods. It's all this new stuff. I mean, this has been going on for a while, guys. Like, these are some older pictures. The woman here has 4 legs. I think this guy only has 3 legs down at the bottom. And then this girl here, I couldn't find her story, but I remember seeing about her. She has 1 conjoined leg, kind of like a mermaid. So her 2 legs are joined together, kind of like a mermaid's tail. So that's the first one that I had here. Now the second one, like I said, these are going to be the more common ones that I'm sure a lot of people have heard of, but I just wanted to kind of go easy on myself on my first live. But this one is a man named Robert Wadlow. He's the tallest recorded man. He was 8 foot 11.1 inches tall. He had died at the age of 22, and he was still growing. He was showing no signs of slowing down as far as growing when he passed away at 22. So what happens is the pituitary glands in your body secrete hormones that tell your body to grow. And, you know, after puberty, those hormones usually slow or completely stop, so that it's no longer telling your body to grow after you've gone through puberty. Well, in some certain situations, that gland just keeps pumping and pumping and pumping, so your body will continue to grow indefinitely. So like I said, at age 22, he was still growing at full pace. He was 8 foot 11.1 inches tall. So that's really bad on their bodies, on their joints. You know, your body's not made to be that tall, to be that, you know, and then it causes a lot of excess weight. Let me see. I have a picture of him as well, and he's by no means overweight, but the taller people are, the heavier they are. And these people standing next to him are full-grown adults. I think the one at the very end may be a child, but all the rest were full-grown adults. And this is how much taller he is than all of those. That is just crazy, y'all. For real. All right, White Widow, we got 33 likes and 33 people. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. I don't want to go too fast, and I'm just trying to get all this figured out, guys. Just bear with me. And oh, hey, Bug Love. Hey, Ricky, Lulu, Tennessee Mountain High, Mama T, Lane Polston. I'm always afraid, John Deere Girl, Channel Surfer, Who Knows, Charlie K, It's Me. Oh, I love seeing you all in here. Thank you guys so much. There's so much more you could be doing with your time, and you choose to be here with me. That makes me feel so good, guys. It really does. And if I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. I think that's one of the things I'm most nervous about is when I try to say hello to everybody. I'm so afraid that I'll get everybody except for one, and then it's going to look like it's on purpose. Little Mama 55, Andrew says, okay, anybody that comes from now, it's just a blanket statement. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. I love you all. I really appreciate you being here. I'm so excited to do my first live. I've been racking my brain since I made my channel because, just sitting, talking to a camera, talking about having cancer all the time, you run out of things to say. And I was like, what can I do in a live setting that will stay on the theme, but still be entertaining and not be so gloom and doom, and I don't want it to be that way. I want to be able to laugh and have fun and just chit chat with you guys, but I wanted to kind of keep it on a medical path as well. And I've always been interested in stuff like this, like the just rare things that happen that you would never think would even be a thing, but it is. So the next one that I have here is the lobster claw syndrome. It actually has a real name. I'm going to try to say it. I'm sure I'm going to butcher it. It's ectrodactyly. It's a condition where the fingers and toes are fused or missing, and then it's often called the lobster claw syndrome. So I'm sure we've seen the sideshow pictures. I think there was a family where at least the dad and the son both had it. Maybe more people in the family had it. But just in case you're not familiar, this is what that looks like. So it's kind of fused together where it makes it look like a lobster claw. And it said, I didn't write it down here, but it said that, a lot of, I don't think it's very common. I don't think very many people have it, but most of them, learn how to function with it and are able to, do pretty well with it. Which I guess that's any condition, no matter what kind of condition you have, you just have to learn how to deal with it and how to do what you need to do, Yeah, Lane, you're talking about the people that are so tall. That's true. It's really bad on their hearts, and that's why a lot of them die at such a young age, because the heart just can't keep up with pumping the blood over that area. that large of an area. That's true. That's true. And a lot of times the lungs will still be normal size. So if you're 3 times the size, but your lungs are still regular size, then, I can even imagine you'd be out of breath just walking from one room to the other, packing 3 times the normal amount of mass around. Thank you, October baby. I'm trying. You guys can probably tell I'm nervous. I'm sorry. Oh, now this next one, I don't think I'd ever seen this next one. This next one is a tribe that they found in the back parts of Zimbabwe. They call them the Ostrich people of Zimbabwe. Many of the tribe are born with fused toes that appear ostrich-like. Ostrich-like. They are not handicapped, and they are well integrated into the tribe. Like, it's not the whole tribe. It's just certain members of this one tribe, and their feet, let me show you, they look exactly like an ostrich feet, but they're able to walk, they're able to run, they're able to work just like everybody else in the tribe. So it made it very clear in this article that they are not handicapped, that out of all the conditions, that's the only one that specified that they were not considered handicapped, that they were just shaped differently. Let me get this picture, because this is one that I really wanted to show you guys. And the one here with this guy sitting by himself, it's the one to me that is the most pronounced, that you can see the best. Do y'all see that? I'm not sure what this top one is. Maybe it's just a small version of the symptom, of the condition. But now these at the bottom, these are the ones from the tribe in Zimbabwe. I had never saw that before in my life. Has anybody in here ever heard of that? The ostrich feet on humans? I know, like I said, most of these are the more common ones, but that is one that I had never saw. Don't remember ever seeing. And this next one has a very, sorry, my leg's itching. This next one has a very neat fact that goes along with it, or I thought it was, because I had a cat once that had extra toes, and I just thought it was the weirdest thing. But evidently, it's very common for cats to have extra digits, fingers, toes, claws, paws, whatever you want to call them, even up to 3 to 4 extra on each paw. So this condition is called Polydactyly. It's a condition where extra digits are formed. It's rare in humans, but very common in cats. The extra digits are usually unusable and removed shortly after birth in humans. So, somebody will have like an extra pinky, or just a piece of something that looks like an extra pinky or extra thumb, and most of the time it gets cut off shortly after birth. But I did not know that it was so common in cats. Like I said, I used to have a cat that had extra toes, and I thought it was just the weirdest thing because I had never seen that before. But evidently it made it a point in this article to say that it's very common in cats, and sometimes they can have 3 or 4 extra on each paw. Could you imagine? Seeing a cat with 4 extra toes on every single paw, that would just be wild to me. Oh, you worked for a guy that had 2 thumbs on one hand? Yeah, now sometimes if they're formed well enough, sometimes they can even be usable. The picture that I've got here has pictures of people that if you were just glancing, you wouldn't even realize. Like, look how fully formed these are. Like the little baby foot and like the hands. I mean, they're so fully formed that unless you really pay attention, you would just think it was a normal foot or a normal hand. So, when they're like this and they're functioning, they won't cut them off, I guess, unless the parent just wants them to. But like I said, a lot of times it'll just be a clump of tissue or, just something there that looks like an extra finger and it's just a mass of muscle or something. And so when it's like that, they'll usually cut it off. But those pictures right there were amazing to me. Like, if this didn't come from a medical site, I would definitely think it was they were photoshopped. But yeah, these definitely, would be usable. I'm just trying to think to myself how that would be. I wonder, I guess if you were born that way, it wouldn't feel any different because you wouldn't know any different. But I just wonder if it would make it easier on you or harder, as far as like dexterity and like writing and I'm not making fun of it, but definitely like wearing gloves. And I mean, you'd have to have everything custom made, as if it was your hands. You would definitely have to either wear mittens or have the gloves custom made because that wouldn't work. But yeah, I just wonder. I wonder how that would be. I don't know. And then the last one that I have, and then we'll just kind of chit chat. Okay, who knows? You can still listen to us in the background if you want to. Oh, little mama, you had a cousin that had 2 thumbs on one hand and you called him double thumb. And your dog has an extra paw on his legs? Wow. Let me go through these. Yeah, it is a good thing that that tribe doesn't wear shoes. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. It'd be like the glove thing I was just talking about, but that would be even worse. I mean, they couldn't even. I guess they could fashion some kind of sandals. They do that back in those tribes anyway. They make just about everything they use or wear. They make it anyway. So, oh, Miss Curvy, your husband had an extra little finger. Did they amputate it? Did they do that shortly after birth or did they do it when he was older? How did that work? Oh, and I just saw Miss Curvy said she's back. Well, good. You came at the right time. I was just asking you about your husband having the extra pinky. Did they remove it? And if so, did they remove it shortly after he was born or did he have it removed when he was older? How did that work with him? And was it usable? Okay, I'm going to get through this last one, guys, and then we can talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about. If anybody has any weird medical stories they want to tell, anything they've heard about, even if it's not a family member. Oh, your husband got his removed? Okay, yeah, that's what it said, that most people have them removed, and it's usually pretty shortly after birth. Oh, Lane has 2 toes on each foot that are webbed. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Okay, so the last one is called Hypertrichosis. Now, you may have seen this guy. This is a more recent case, and I think this guy has been on some shows like Dr. Phil or some kind of other. It's where it causes hair to grow covering your face, and several members of the same family have it. Um, so he actually he actually went for a while just trying to keep up with shaving it, but he found out he could make more money leaving it there and doing like sideshow stuff, like on the boardwalks. I guess we don't have stuff like that around here where I'm from. So I guess like in Jersey Shore and places like that where they have the boardwalk. Atlantic City, I think, has a boardwalk. He figured out that he could. He's made himself kind of a little celebrity because of the hair being on his face, and he's kind of cashed in, which good on him. If whatever your talent is, I don't care if it's growing hair out your nose, I don't care if it's whatever. The woman that had the huge long fingernails, she had her 15 minutes of fame, and I'm sure cashed in got some money from that. More power to you. Whatever your talent is, or whatever God blesses you with, that you can make money and feed your family and put a roof over. There's no shame in that. No shame in that. That's why, like the Lobster people that did that. Now, I do know that those circus sideshows back in like the 20s or 40s or 50s or whenever that was, I know they treated those people awfully bad, I've heard. So I hate that they had to go through that. But, if that was how they fed their family and they felt like they couldn't do it any other way, then that's what they had to do. I don't shame anybody for that at all. But yeah, this guy with the hair on the face, he's more recent. I've seen him on shows, in the last 10, 15 years, since my children have been alive. So, but I'd say that'd be hard to try to keep up with shaving anyway. I mean, could you just imagine? I mean, it's hard enough for us women, I know, to keep up with our legs being shaved, and we can just throw on pants and cover it up. You can't do that with your face. So I can only imagine how hard that was on him to try to keep that shaved. But it's odd because there's several members, and I'd like to maybe look into that a little bit more, because there's several members of his same family that have that same condition. But I didn't anything about any other families or anybody else that had the condition. Just that family, kind of like the blue skinned people here from Kentucky. I don't know if they're, now they did say that there was another, I think it was a lady, and she had it, and it was really bad when she was young, but as she got older, the pinker she got, all except for her nail beds and her lips, they stayed bluish, but her skin eventually turned pink, and she wasn't from that family. But it's a genetic disorder. I'm doing some more research on that, and then we'll do a show about that as well. So does anybody in here know of any other odd medical things or have something in their family or friends or somebody's cousin's brother's uncle's cat, anything that they'd like to tell us about or talk to us about, or a serious medical condition that you want to talk to us about, whether it be your own houses? Okay, Gypsy's asking if anyone in our group knows anything about makeup tutorials, channels that do makeup tutorials. I think Chaotic Beauty and Crime may have used to done that. Like, I know she's good at makeup and stuff, so she may be able to help you out if you want to link up with her. It's Chaotic Beauty and Crime. She's one of the mods over on the stand. So you may talk to her about that. Oh yeah, the tree hands. And it's not just their hands either. Like the hands, they grow like the fingernails grow like tree bark, and they get the tree bark stuff on their skin. And I almost put this, but I didn't because I wanted to kind of compact it down for today. Just because this was all new and everything. But I see that on the same website, like. They look like tree people. Like their skin grows this really thick, I wouldn't even know how to describe it. Would you, Gypsy? It's not really a mole or I don't know. It's just a really thick layer of something that forms on their skin, and it looks like tree bark. And then their fingernails grow out. I mean, and it looks like wood or tree. I saw that when I was doing the research for this. It can, you could probably describe it as like reptilian skin. Yeah, it's like a thick layer, kind of like you see a drag portrayed, in a movie or something, like scaly kind of. What is Vulcan Rising? What is the Alan Hernan Dudley disease? What is that? I'm not sure how it starts, Gypsy. Like I said, I didn't really go deep into that one. Maybe I'll put that on the list to do next time, and we can look more into that and see what it's caused by. It does look darker than their normal skin, bug love, but I don't know if that's because where it sticks out farther, maybe it just gets dirty easier because it's a rough um, a rough spot instead of the smooth skin. Maybe it just naturally gets dirty easier, or maybe it's harder to clean. It did look darker than their regular skin, but I don't know if it grows that way or it just gets dirtier. I'm not sure. Okay, Vulcan Rising, can you? Oh, are you that the tree bark thing? That's what it's called. Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry. I'm missing the connection here. So, what is that disease? Is that the tree bark thing that we're discussing? Is that what it's actually called? Yeah, and I saw that episode that the lab had about the world's ugliest woman. Yeah, I saw that. This stuff has always interested me, guys. It's just the human body is so amazing by design, and that right there shows you this is not all by accident. Somebody designed this, just like an architect designs a house. Somebody designed this, that with purpose. Everything has a purpose, and it's amazing how everything works with each other. But it's just amazing to me how there's these outliers, where just one family or one person or a handful of people that we know of out of all the millions will get just this weird little thing different. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying they're weird, I know you guys don't twist everything, but I feel like I have to be so careful and walk on eggshells and how I talk. And I'm just saying, it's just so odd to me how there's just little different things that can happen, and it's like the ostrich feet thing, like how and it's I understand there's birth defects. I mean that there's always been birth defects, but one particular tribe, one particular family, or one particular area in Zimbabwe, you know what I mean? Why? What would cause something like that to happen in that one particular place to those one particular people? It gets my brain going, and I know there's no answer to that question, but it just invites me to do more research, and in your mind, it's good to look into things, even if there is no answer. It's just very interesting to me. And I don't have a physician's reference book. I just kind of research online. Ricky, no, you do not turn a tens wide open. No, 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 no. My uncle had one. When we were kids, we were heathens, let me tell you. And we would each other and turn them on and this and that. We were just 7, 8, 9-year-old kids, and we thought it was just the funniest thing in the world. And no, I learned very young, you do not turn those up. I wouldn't even go past halfway. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Allen Herndon Dudley disease is a brain development disorder that causes intellectual disabilities and problems with movement. And it's exclusive to males. See what I mean? Like exclusive to males only. That stuff like that, it just amazes me. Like, and it's a brain disorder. Everybody has a brain. Females, males, so it just amazes me that things are so shifted towards just like I was saying, one part of the world or one sex, whether it's male or female, or one family. It's just so odd. Oh, my YouTube twin voice is lean on me. Really? I hate the sound of my voice. I would never replay one of these videos ever. I hate the sound of my own voice. I always have, and I probably always will. I can't. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Now, the males in my mom's family have, I'm so ashamed that I don't know the name of it, but it has a long name. They have a disorder where, like, it affects their hands. They're kind of like drawn up, and their feet do it too. So it affects their walking and stuff. And it is a lot more common in males. I wouldn't say it's exclusively male because I do think there have been a few females get very small symptoms of it in their family, but they don't get it near as bad as the males. Like cousin that's a male on my mom's side, that's her sister's son. My mom's brother has it really bad. His son has it really bad. It's just all the males on that side. Yeah. Some of them have it worse than others. Um, no, not neuropathy. And it's not arthritis either. I'll have to get the name of it, guys. I can't. It's not something common like that. It's something. It's rare. It's rare. I actually have neuropathy where you get the tingling in the hands and the feet. My chemo treatments actually cause neuropathy really bad. And they're causing my arthritis to up too. Syndrome, not a disease. Yeah, I think what the males in my mom's family have is considered a syndrome as well. I'll have to get that from her. She may not even know right off the top of her head because, like I said, it's something really rare. Illusion, you hate listening to your own voice too. I think a lot of people do. But yeah, I've always been that way. I mean, I think since the first time I ever remember hearing myself played back, I was like, oh my goodness, is that what people actually hear when I talk? Because that's not what I hear when I talk. I wish I would have I wish I would have made my list a little bit longer now, guys. I mean, we don't have to stay on here. We've been on here almost an hour. Um, I'm not gonna be one of these that do these 7, 8, 9 hour lives, guys. I mean, I can get to talking, believe me, and I can talk for an hour or two, but I just don't think I could do it. I'd be over here asleep. You guys would be trying to wake me out. But I think we've had a good chat. We haven't had anything crazy. Um, yeah, absolutely, Illusion. If you ever want to join me on panel, that's fine. And just as long as you show me your face backstage, I won't make you show you if you don't want to. That's fine. Um, thank you, Ricky. You guys help me. Like, I'm super shy too, but knowing that everybody in here supports me and loves me and cares about me, that's the only reason I'm able to get on here and do this. I mean, if you just put me in a chat room where I didn't know anybody, if you just picked a random live stream. Oh, okay, here it is. It's called they call it CMT. It's called the Shark. Let me put it in chat here because I will butcher it. CHARCOT dash Marie dash tooth disorder. Also CMT, a hereditary. Oh, it does have something to do with neuropathy. It's a hereditary motor. Okay, so that's what my mom just sent me in a message. The Charcot-Marie tooth disorder, also called CMT. It's a hereditary motor and sensory neuropathy. Oh, thank you, Daisy Joe. I wasn't sure if you guys would enjoy stuff like this or not, but like I said, it's interesting to me, so I thought maybe it would be interesting to at least a few other people, And even if we just got 5 or 10 people in here, that's fine. If y'all ain't got nothing to do and you see them live, just come hang out, We'll get more in the hang of things, and I'll try to be more prepared and more planned out, and I'll learn how to share my screen and put pictures up and all that fancy stuff. I'll learn all that. I just wanted to get my first one out of the way, with people that I'm comfortable with. But yeah, if anybody's interested, I put in chat there what my mom sent me in the text, so you guys can look that up. That's what all the males on my mom's side of the family have. So I guess there's a slim chance that maybe my son could, but he's not showing. He's 15 and he's not showing any sign of it yet. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to look more into it too, just in case, kind of see what age it usually showing itself and what the first symptoms usually are. That would probably be responsible of me to do. So I'll probably do that myself, just so I know kind of what to watch out for, since I do have a male. Hi, Sarah Smiles. Glad to have you here. Yeah, Illusion, and you can email me at any time. My email's on my About page. It's also in the description of my other videos. Email me at any time. You can ask anybody in here that's emailed me. I always reply back, even if it's just a few words. I always reply back. If you just need somebody to chat with and you're more comfortable doing it that way, if you want to kind of build a rapport before you come on the live, that's great with me. Like I said, I'm on medical leave right now, so I don't have a lot of plans. I go to my chemo once every 3 weeks. Guys, prayers, prayers, prayers. I have chemo treatment number 3 tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning will be treatment number 3. So I've been really nervous. I've been really nervous, guys, because the more you take it, the more it builds up in your system, and the worse the effects and stuff are. But I know that God's got this, and I know that I'm strong, but my strength will only take far. I know God's strength can take me to the moon and back, but my strength can only take me so far. So just pray for me, guys. And I'll let y'all know how I do when I get home tomorrow. I wish I had a community page. Does anybody know what the requirements are to get your community page? Like how many subs you have? Do you have to have watch hours, or just have to have a certain number of subs? Does anybody know what the requirement is for the community page? 1,000 subs before you get a community page? Oh, Vulcan says 500. 500. Well, not even halfway there, guys. We need to be putting me out. We need to be telling everybody, sub to E squared, sub to E squared. Oh, Daisy Joe, I can't have popsicles. See, the can have gives me the aversion to cold. I can't drink anything cold. I can't touch anything cold. I can't walk on a cold floor. Oh, it's been so hard in this heat. All I want is a just nice, good, frosty, cold drink of some kind, and I can't have anything cold, guys. It really, really stinks. Now, the reason I know that the side effects are getting worse because with my first treatment, I only went 1 week without being able to drink something cold. Now, this second time, it lasted for 2 whole weeks. And I go every 3 weeks. So for the last week, I've been able to drink cold stuff. So hopefully tomorrow, it doesn't last the whole 3 weeks, because then I'll just never be able to drink anything cold. And that really, really stinks. But yeah, I can't, like, if I'm getting a pack of meat out of the freezer for dinner or something, like must do it, or my daughter has to do it. I can't touch. I have to get some gloves. I have to get some gloves so I can do that, and it's just so frustrating. I can't tell you how many times, because I have tile floor, like in front of my back door where I let my dogs out, and then in my kitchen, it's like that rock tile, not linoleum. It's like the actual tile that gets really, really cold. And I don't know how many times I've walked in there, guys, not even thinking, and then it's like razor blades going through my feet, and I have to run out there, like literally playing the floor is lava. That's what I feel like. I'm playing the floor is lava when I walk in there and when I forget. It's so hard to get used to all these little things. I mean, who would think about stuff like that? My son was getting ice out of the freezer the other day, and a popsicle slid out. I just reached down and picked it up, and then I threw it across the room because I felt like somebody was chopping my fingers off with razors. I mean, you just do these things without thinking. It's so hard to get used to it. But the way I look at it, if that's the worst complaint I've got, then I'm doing good, guys. I mean, don't take it that I'm whining over little things like that, because I'm not. I realize that I'm blessed. I realize that it can be so much worse than it is. Um, Yeah, I can have anything warm, anything room temperature. It's really hard if you go to a restaurant too, because even with the fountain drinks, if you ask for no ice, they still come out of the fountain cold. So really, the only thing that I have if I'm eating out is either room temperature tap water or sweet tea with no ice, because usually the sweet tea is kept at room temperature. Um, So luckily, I live in the South where everybody serves sweet tea, so that's usually not too big of an issue. And I haven't been eating out very much recently because I haven't been able to afford to. but yeah, here in the South, you can always get sweet tea. So they look at me a little bit funny when I say no ice. They're like, "It's gonna be warm." I'm like, "I know. Unfortunately, I know." Um, but I just explained because of the medication that I'm on, I can't have anything cold. Or sometimes, I buy this, I drink too much pop, y'all. Soda, pop, whatever you call it. I call it pop. And I drink way more than I should. I buy the 6 packs of the bottles. So I've usually, I'll stick one in my bag, because I leave them out room temperature here at the house. And if I know that I'm going out somewhere that we might be eating while we're out, I'll just stick one in my bag and I'll take it in with me. And I'll just explain to the waitress, hey, I have issues. I have to have certain drinks. I brought my own drink in. Places don't care around here. Maybe if I lived in a bigger, fancier city, they may look down their nose at me, but around here, nobody cares. I mean, you can go in uh, McDonald's with a bag of Hardee's and they wouldn't care. I was at Frisch's Big Boy the other day, and I saw a family. It was a whole family, and one little kid had their Happy Meal from McDonald's, just eating McDonald's inside of Frisch's Big Boy. And who's going to say something to a kid? But where it's been so hot, man, there's some days that I'm just like, all I want right now is just something cold to drink. And I'll test it, because like I said, the first time it lasted about 8 days, right at about a week, 8 days. And then the second time it lasted 2 whole weeks, almost 16 days. So, like, after 8 or 9 days, I'll start testing it, to see if it still hurts or not, because that's the only way that I can tell. Like this time, the throat thing went away after 2 weeks, but the fingers and the toes are still to this day. Like right now, I can't grab anything out of the freezer, and my next treatment is tomorrow. So the hands and the feet never went away this time, but the throat did last week. Yep, room temperature Pepsi, room temperature. The best is now Lipton. Lipton has a uh, sweet Georgia peach flavored tea. It's pretty good room temperature, and when I say pretty good, it's pretty good when you don't have any other choice. Some things I found are good room temperature, and some things just are absolutely not good room temperature. But the Lipton Sweet Georgia Peach tea, it's okay room temperature. Mountain Dew is not too bad room temperature. Now my dark colas, I usually try to do cherry, like cherry Coke, cherry Pepsi. I would prefer the lighter color, like the Mountain Dew or Orange Pop or something like that. But if all I have is a cherry Coke or a cherry pie, I'll drink it. Um, Tea, any kind of sweet tea is not that bad. Room temp. Um, Water's not great, room temp. I need to drink more water. I know it's healthy for you, but I've never been a big water drinker. And if I am going to drink water, it's going to be cold. I just can't. I can't do the room temperature water. Oh, and Lost Souls is the opposite. You can only drink water at room temp. Everything else has to be like ice. Fresca. I've heard of Fresca. Isn't that like a seltzer water or something? Is it actually a soda or is it like a bubbly water? Yeah, I need to get some Lost Souls. I need to get some of that tea powder so I can just make me a glass when I need it. I do need to get some of that. Oh no, I can't do unsweet tea. Mine has to be like McDonald's sweet. And if you don't know what that means like half tea, half sugar. McDonald's sweet tea is the perfect sweetness for me. And our McDonald's here sell it by the gallon. So I can run down to McDonald's and get a gallon of sweet tea. Oh, it's a grapefruit flavored soda. I don't know if they sell that around here. I'm going to have to look next time I go to Kroger. Or is it more like tart or is it sweet? Or because I can't do sour either, like nothing to do with my cancer, nothing to do with my treatments. Like I am severely not allergic, but I have a severe aversion to sour. Like things that shouldn't be sour taste sour to me. Like I can't eat like Airheads or Jolly Ranchers. They make my face like they taste sour to me. Like just a regular Jolly Rancher that's like sweet to everybody else. It's like super sour to me. It's like the sour type of. I like grapefruit flavor stuff, but I can't do it if it's the sour type, tart grapefruit. It's sweet. Good. I'll have to try it. If I can find it, I'll try it. I like grapefruity flavored stuff. I like citrus. Any kind of citrus flavor I like. Unsweet with lemon. Sounds like my mom. She'd be all over that, but not me. She always gets the unsweet tea. I can't do that. Fresca. I'm gonna have to. I don't have my pen here. I'm gonna have to remember that Fresca. I'm gonna have to look for it next time I go to the grocery store. Oh, with Fresca with vodka and a Valium on the side. Oh no. Oh, it's sweet and 0 calories. Yeah, I definitely need to look into that. That's another thing, guys. And I know it's so weird for somebody with stage 4 cancer to say, but I need to lose some of this weight. I was just talking to my mom about that. I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I don't know why I'm not losing my appetite. I mean, I thank the Lord. Probably because I prayed so hard, because I was more afraid of losing my appetite than I was losing my hair. Y'all, I love to eat and I love food. Like, I I don't know. I love food. I love finding new things that I love, and I just really I enjoy the experience of eating. My mom, she eats because she has to eat to live. And I said, I could never do that, Mom. I enjoy eating as an experience, you know. So I prayed when I first diagnosed, and I prayed so hard that I didn't want to lose my appetite, because I watched my husband go through it. And that was the first thing that went, is he lost his appetite. He didn't want to eat. Nothing sounded good to him. You could ask him what he would feel hungry, but you'd ask him what he wanted. And 2 hours later, I'd be like, you never have told me what you wanted to eat. And he'd be like, I don't know. Nothing sounds good. Nothing I think of sounds good, and I didn't want to be that way, and I prayed so hard that I didn't want to lose my appetite, and I haven't. I eat now just like I always have, but it's not being good for me though, because my joints are getting really weak. Chemo's causing my arthritis to flare up in my joints. So it's getting harder and harder for my joints to pack this weight around. I can feel it even in my ankles. Oh no, I'm frozen. Okay, I'm back. I can feel it in my ankles. I can feel it in my knees, my hips. I mean, pretty much all the way up. You know, it's really taking a toll on my joints. I do need to lose some of this weight. So let's pray that I do lose some weight, but I want to do it a healthy way. I don't want to do it because I'm sick. I want to do it because I'm going to try to change the way I eat. I'm going to try to change the foods that I'm eating. And I'm going to try to do it the healthy way. Ricky, you love to eat too, and you'll eat anything that won't eat you first. I am a little picky when it comes to food, so but I just enjoy eating as an activity. I don't know how to say it, but I don't know. I enjoy eating. I don't just eat because I have to live. My mom says. She said I eat because I'll die if I don't. And I'm like, Mom. I said, so nothing you can think of, like no food in the whole world that you can think of gets you excited, like, oh yes, let's go get that. And she's like, no, not really. I'm like, that's so sad. I can probably think of 10 things right off the top of my head that I would get excited about. I don't know if I could do yoga or not, like Widow Baby. I'll have to look it up. But the yoga, know a lot about yoga, but the yoga that I've seen, I can't do those positions. I don't know if my body moves that way. Now, there may be some beginner yoga that maybe I could do. I'll have to look into it. Um, but those positions I see like on TV and stuff in the movie, no way. My body don't move like that. But I'm getting a little bit tired, y'all. I think I'm gonna cut it here. We made it almost an hour and a half. I'm really, really, really appreciative of everybody who hung in here with me. Like I said, my email is on my About page. It is in the description of my first 3 videos that I had posted. Feel free to reach out to me day or night. If I don't get to you immediately, I might be asleep. I take a lot of naps and stuff. But I will answer, is my point. And that email I set up specifically for you, so it's not full of junk. So if I get an email to that email address, I know that it's someone from YouTube, and I will, and I promise. Thank you. Who knows? And I love y'all too. I really, really do. When I came on YouTube and actually started participating, I mean, I've been watching YouTube for years. I think my channel was created 10 years ago or something, my account. When I actually participated, I never dreamed it would evolve the way it has. I feel like I could reach out to any one of y'all with an issue and you would talk me through it, and that means a lot, and I'm sincere about, I believe I could, and I appreciate it with all my heart. You guys, you guys have come into my life at a time where I needed it. The only, besides my family, and I've got a great supportive family, guys, don't get what I'm about to say wrong, but besides my family, my immediate family, my mother, father, and my 2 children, I don't have any in real life until now. Like when Jimbo and Thelma came into my life, it was like God created it that way. They live, literally, it takes 6 minutes to get from my house to their house. We met right here on YouTube, didn't know each other from Adam, found each other on YouTube, and we live 6 minutes apart. I mean, you couldn't have designed it any better. And they have took me in and made me a part of their family as well. I can go there anytime, day or night. And same with them here. They can come here anytime, day or night. If they're out of town and their children need something, they call me. If I'm out of town and I'm not feeling good and my kids need something, I call them. And we know that we're there for each other and we're there to help each other. And it's amazing, And I know not all of us can be there in real life, but all of you guys, I honestly feel like if I reach out to any one of you all and I had some sort of issue that you could help me with, I honestly believe that at least 95% of you would do everything you could to try to help me. And if you couldn't help me, you'd try to find somebody that could, and that's amazing feeling. That's amazing feeling that I could just close my eyes. And I know there's not hundreds in here right now, but like, let's say out of the hundreds that's in Ernie's chat or whatever, or in, let's say the stand, because I know everybody at the stand most of the time. I could close my eyes and just pick somebody out of that list, out of that chat with my eyes closed, and I guarantee I could go to that person with an issue, and like I said, they would either help me or find somebody that could. And that's an amazing feeling to know that, and I don't take it for granted, you all. I mean, you all mean the world to me, and you all have come at a time when I needed it the most. I needed you guys. I'm not homebound, I'm not bedbound, but a lot of days I don't feel like leaving the house, and if I didn't have you guys, I'd just be here staring at the walls, talking to myself, talking to my dogs, which that's good sometimes too, but it's not good to be alone all the time, and it's not good to feel alone. That's the main thing. It's not good to feel like you're alone and feel like you don't have other people to reach out to. That's why I don't know whose panel it was on, but I don't want this all to be about me. Any one of you all. I never want anybody to feel lonely. If anybody ever feels lonely, reach out to me. Because guess what? I'm lonely too, and I will talk to you, you know. And if ever, if anybody feels unheard, I've seen people say in chat, why is nobody responding to me? Sometimes these chats are hard to keep up with. So if anybody ever feels unheard or has some sort of message that they're trying to get through and they don't feel like people are listening, reach out to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you get that message out or talk you through whatever the message is if I'm good enough. Or, if it's something that needs to get out to the masses, I'll do whatever I can to make sure that happens. I want to be there for you guys like you guys are there for me. So, I just beg of you. Like I said, I don't take any of this for granted, whether it's somebody asking me how I'm feeling today. That makes my day sometimes, because you're somebody that don't know me from Adam, probably on the other side of the United States, sometimes not even in the United States, but you're taking time out to ask me how I feel. And that means a lot to me. A lot of people don't even think about stuff like that. They're just like, I'm fine, thank you, and I might say those words, but believe me, it means something to me. Just asking me how I feel, that makes that means to me. Or, just anything like that. And when I say I love you all, I do. And sometimes that gets me in trouble because I allow people in my heart too fast, and sometimes that does come back to bite me. But I have feelings and I let people hurt them, and sometimes I need to wait a little longer before I let people take such a huge part of my life, of my heart. But I do what I feel like God leads me to do, and I treat people the way that I feel like God would have me to treat them. I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect Christian. I may say a bad word, and I always try to ask for forgiveness when I do. I may laugh at things I shouldn't laugh at, and nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, you guys, and I don't claim to be. But before I ramble on for another hour, I'm going to let you all go. Thank you so much for my first live, you guys. This means everything to me. I'm going to do some more research, see if I find some more out there, rare kind of things that are interesting. I'm going to take my laptop over to Jimbo's and make him give me a crash course on how to do everything so I can show you guys pictures and not have to hold up phones and all of this stuff too. So, will you see me tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, I'll have my phone. I usually play on my phone while I'm doing my chemo. I don't know if anybody will be on that early. I go at 9. So I'll probably be at the hospital from about 9 till about 1. 9 to 1, I'll probably be at the hospital. So I'll check, and if anybody's live, I know sometimes the Liberators go live early sometimes. If anybody's live, I'll be in there. I know Ernie's got a lot of stuff in the morning too, so if he pops up, I'll be in there. It's just another day, guys. If I'm feeling bad when I get home, I'll probably take a nap. But you'll see me tomorrow. I'll just keep my eye out for who I've and I'll try to pop in and let y'all know how I'm doing, okay? And if anybody wants to email me, check on me, or check in with me, I'll be up. Like I said, from about 9 to 12, 9 to 1, I'll be at the hospital, but I'll have my phone. That kind of keeps me occupied while I'm getting my treatment. So email me. But God bless you all, and I will let you all go. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And if anybody else, Lost Souls, are you going live after a while? Give me just a second, guys, to hear back from Lost Souls, and then I'll let y'all go. You'll be on at 10 p.m. tonight. Okay. I'll try to get me a nap out of the way before then. We'll see you at 10 p.m. then. Everybody come over to Lost Souls at 10 p.m. and we'll have another good chat. I love y'all, and I'm really ending it this time. Love y'all. Bye.